I grew up in a small suburb in Texas where a lot of women, get married very young and have children very young, and a more conservative upbringing. I felt as though I was stifled a little bit as far as cultural diversity, and so it has always been kind of pushing the boundaries for me. And I feel as though my experience as a female in architecture and the gaming industry is kind of the same thing. I remember in 5th grade, we had some, time capsule worksheets from elementary school in which I have person who builds houses written as my, what do you want to be when you grow up? And my teacher crossed it out, wrote architect. When I started to get older, I started really diving into math and was very involved in the art school at my high school. And so when it came to kind of choose a profession, it really came down to looking at those two things, understanding the things I enjoy in life, and deciding to kind of pursue that route. I started at Shop Architects about 5 years ago. I was hired to do in-house renderings. I was always very interested in the visual and using that as a design tool. So about 2 years in, I discovered Unreal, and I was fascinated by the game engine and really wanted to learn more. I was really inspired by some of the work I was seeing and talking to different industries and seeing how they were using the game engine. The world was open for discovery. I do not have a lot of gaming background, and so that first transition was very difficult. In architecture, there are more females in the industry, but definitely not to where it should be, definitely not equal pay. When you hear about Starchitects, it's not female Starchitects. Going into the gaming industry, I didn't have many female role models that I could look up to. It was difficult to kind of get over that hump in a way, to decide that this is something I want to fight for, that this is something that I want to continue to explore and work towards. And so it did mean not having that role model, and I hope that as I continue in my career, I can do anything possible to help change that. At Shop Architects, I've been lucky to have female partners there that aren't exactly in a lot of other architecture firms. And since day one, they have always really embraced research and development to push the boundaries of visual communications, in which we are using headsets, VR, AR, mixed reality in order to convey the ideas behind the architectural design. Using game engines within architecture really makes the design accessible to the community, to people who are not familiar with architecture, but it's been really wonderful to learn more and to push the boundaries of architectural visualization. So Shop Architects has partnered with Young New Yorkers, which is a program that gives young people who have committed a crime the ability to go through an art program instead of jail. We are able to use the game engine to showcase the young people's artwork in a museum space that we can't do right now because of COVID or quarantine. They develop their own self-portrait that they can then take to the prosecutors and say, this is actually who I am. I am not this jail sentence or this criminal. I am a human being. It gives them a voice, and I am so happy to help in any way I can. So it's been an incredible experience thus far. It's been a fascinating transition to go into an industry where I really don't know much, and I'm always, needing to learn and kind of prove myself, and to a point where someone would come up to me at a conference and say, oh wow, this was very inspiring. You've inspired me to do XYZ. I want to be a role model for anyone who wants to understand whether or not they can pursue a career in this. Diversity is so important for our lives. I would argue that diversity can really make, our product better. I think it's very important for me to be vocal about this and about the troubles that I went through to get here. I would encourage women to learn and study and know that they can accomplish wonderful things and that they are talented and very valuable.